Hi, it's Alex from laughingplace.com here today with a look at some new products from our friends at Hasbro. They sent us this beautiful box, and from the outside, you can see that there's a really shiny ribbon on it with some gold foil accents. And what that says is Disney Style Series. Now, Laughing Place was privileged by Hasbro to be the first to announce the series, which is a doll line that just debuted on August 1st. Premiering exclusively with Target stores, but I believe this line will be expanding to other retailers. Now, underneath the ribbon, the box is themed as well, and this is just for, the box is just for media, but the dolls inside are available right now at Target, so it again has kind of gold accents, says Disney Style Series, very classy. And opening it up, we have the first of the three dolls. This is Ariel, and as you can tell already, the Disney Style Series, it's not the characters as you knew them in their films, it's the characters sort of reimagined in modern day styles, hence Disney Style Series. So we have Ariel, we have Mulan, whoops, and then we have Belle. And the three of these dolls completes the first wave of the collection. And this is intended to be a collector's item. Now, the price point is such that these are definitely playline as well. There's nothing that would prevent you from getting these as toys for your kids, especially if they're big fans of Disney princesses, and if they're getting a little bit older, maybe age appropriate to start thinking about different fashions and styles. And kids start to always project themselves a few years forward, so at a certain point they start to envision themselves as teenagers. These are definitely kind of Instagram-y fashion icon Disney princess characters, but they can definitely be collector's pieces as well. On the sides of the boxes, it is some nice gold foil, but they are numbered, so these were definitely meant to collect. The boxes were not meant to necessarily be disposed of, and if you're collecting them, you might leave them in the boxes. This is an unboxing video, so we are going to be taking them out of the boxes, but first, I want to display the boxes. Now, the one side had the numbers, the other sides are just plain white. And if these were something that you were maybe filling a bookshelf with, obviously you could leave them this way. It doesn't really say that it's a doll from the side, nothing's pink or looks like Barbie. But you could also flip them around this way, just keep them very white, very clean. On the backs, they have this really nice artwork and a little bit of a description on each of the characters. I really appreciate what they've done here. I think it's really cool. Obviously, it's a little bit jarring if you're a purist to see the characters like this, but I quite like the way that they've taken them and taken the inspiration from the films and their looks and applied it to something different. Ariel's look is clearly more inspired from her mermaid form rather than any of her land forms, and she does have a seashell headband. Her bodice has little pearly accents. Her skirt, it's a purple, I guess, mermaid cut skirt, but then it has that tulle accents with starfish and pearls in it. It very much reminds me in the skirt of the moment in the film when King Triton actually turns her back into a human and she walks out of the water and she has that purple sparkly dress that appears in the film for all of 3 seconds. Kind of reminds me of that. She has her seashell clutch as well. All of them have very nice accessories. You can see from the posing as well, the arms are highly articulated, so if you are going to be taking these out and using them on doll stands, you've got a lot of options for posing them. Now, Mulan, it's kind of inspired more from her matchmaker look, but also the scene with her father underneath the cherry blossom tree. Very touching and iconic moment in the film. So the skirt has all of those little flower petals all over it, but definitely the bodice and the dress underneath are a little more inspired by her matchmaker look. So that is really nice. Really love the rooted eyelashes, which I forgot to mention. That's one of the biggest differences between these and the other Hasbro Disney Princess dolls. I believe this is the first time Hasbro's done these characters with rooted eyelashes. And then here is Belle, and one of the things I really appreciate, obviously inspired by the ballroom dress, is that this isn't yellow like all the Belle dolls that you see nowadays. I was alive when the first Beauty and the Beast came out, and I remember the initial wave of toys and the Belle dolls back then. It was gold. It was like this. It was that same kind of shiny material as the top bodice. The whole dress from shoulders to feet were that color, and then something bad happened, and Disney decided, oh, that's yellow, and everything we've seen since has been Belle in a yellow dress. But Belle doesn't wear a yellow dress. Belle wears a gold dress, and I'm so grateful that we have that gold dress here. Being on trend, she has rose gold accents. There is her rose clutch. I forgot to mention that Mulan has a fan clutch. So let's open them up. I'm going to try and do it carefully because I would really like to keep the dolls' boxes preserved. I'm going to try and put them back in the boxes, and that's how I'll keep them. But unboxing video, we're going to unbox them. And here they are, freshly unboxed. Now, it took about 5 minutes to remove each one from the packaging, and what was interesting was Ariel and Mulan's packaging was different from Belle's. Ariel and Mulan, they're just strapped in by all those little teeny tiny plastic bits, so you go to the back of the box with scissors, cut each one off, and then if you're putting the dolls back in the boxes, they'll kind of be loose in there forever. Those boxes are so nice and sleek and classy looking that it makes sense to keep them, so it's kind of weird to throw them away. Belle, on the other hand, had the plastic loops that the hands and feet can go in, sort of like the Mattel Barbie collector dolls, where they're meant to be taken out and displayed, but then you can put them back in the box and kind of secure them in a way that looks like they've never been removed from the box. So Belle has that feature with her box, and I'm hoping that continues for the rest of the line, because like I said, you don't want to throw these boxes away. We'll go through each doll one by one, and we'll start with Ariel. Now, I don't know if you can tell, she's my favorite. So starting with her because she's doll number one, but also because I'm a little bit biased, and this is my favorite character in the Disney Princess franchise. All of the dolls have lots of glitter, so you can't see it, but my table is covered. I'm getting glitter all over, but it's really sparkly, and it's a really cool look. Now, the thing that instantly caught my attention after touching the doll in person is the softness of the hair. I've never felt hair this soft on a doll before. It doesn't necessarily look any different, but the actual experience of holding her really does change because of that. The glittery pieces do kind of get everywhere, and then the mermaid fin is so tight, so one of the things is none of their legs are articulated, so it's just the arms that are heavily articulated, but the legs are solid, so they only bend at the hips, but they don't bend at the knees. So they don't come with doll stands either, which is a little bit of a disappointment, but you could get your own relatively inexpensively. But Ariel's skirt is so tight that to actually like stretch her legs, that's the point of resistance, where the fabric is just too tight to actually bend her legs anyway. The flowy skirt is very nice. Now it is pinned here and here. You can undo those permanently, but I really like the look and the way it kind of ripples, so I didn't want to change that. But you can fan this out, so it does have quite a bit of fabric in the back that can go back there. The headband looks a lot nicer out of the package than it did inside. It is clearly plastic, but it is nice having that seashell design, and it looks like a strung bead of pearls. Now the price point on these dolls is $24.99, so the level of detail on the costumes is very much printed on, so those pearls are not actual beads like they might be if this were a $100 doll. They're printed on pearls. And then the bag is really nice. It's actually translucent. It just has a really nice reflective quality to it. I really like what they've done there. And again, the whole kind of piece, the whole ensemble really goes well together. Forgot to mention the shoes. So her shoes are heels. I don't know how well you can see that. And they are kind of a very soft, opalescent pearl color. They almost looked purple at first, but I think it's just the reflection from the dress. They really are more of a pearl opalescent color. Doll number 2, Mulan. Just like Ariel, she has that very fine, very soft hair, really nice to the touch. Her headband is very well done as well. The flower does have kind of a reflective sheen to it. Now the texturing on her dress is really nice. The bodice does become translucent up towards the shoulders, but it has lots of glitter, swirly details. And then the skirt, there's the shorter kind of fuchsia skirt underneath, but then it has that overlapped layer of the flower petals, and then that layer is also striped with blue and pink accents, so that is really, really nice. The purse that she's wearing, the clutch, that fan, it has a lot of nice details to it. There's the flower on it, there's the tassels hanging down, and then the shoes on her are these really, really crazy pumps. The heels in particular kind of tuck in and then fan out in a little flowy design. So those are really kind of dazzling heels that Mulan is wearing. Doll number 3, we'll go with Belle. Now Belle, despite having the better packaging, actually has the worst hair of the bunch. Now the hair isn't as soft to the touch, and then also out of the packaging, it has kind of smushed in the back. She has that curly hair, so this one strand, the little piece that's pulled in the top pony, at least on mine, got bent in the packaging in such a way that it really doesn't want to go straight. It doesn't look like a thick full head of hair from the back, but Belle's hair has always been kind of a mystery. It never looks as long when she's in her villager dress as it looks when she's in the gown, because how does she have enough hair to make the bun and then still have a ponytail? Belle dolls have always, even since the original 1992 toys, always had a big full head of hair in the back in the ball gown look, and Hasbro has gone with that as well for this release. But again, I really do love that the dress itself is gold. Everything about that. The most yellow part of it is this little tulle layer here, but underneath that is a gold shiny layer, so it really does reflect through. It might look more yellow on TV just right here, but it's actually gold. And then it has all of the rose gold pieces. Her shoes are, I don't really know what to describe that pattern. They kind of flow out. It almost looks like they would be made of fabric, but they are kind of translucent and reflective as well. And then the purse, it is the flower on both sides, so it's not flat in the back. They didn't skimp out there. And then it has that nice green ribbon. I think the purse kind of harkens back to the dress that Belle wears for the winter scene when she goes to the library for the first time. It almost reminds me of that mixed with the ball gown dress. I would love to see them expand this wave out, not only with more of the classic Disney princess characters that they didn't get to in wave 1, but they could also revisit any of these characters with their different looks, and with Ariel and Mulan having live action adaptations coming in the future, it would be really cool to see those iterations of the characters get folded into this as well. They could also go back and do live action Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella. And the other thing too, it's not Disney Princess branded, it's just called Disney Style. So that really opens the door for a lot of other characters to be included, including Megara, Esmeralda, Tinkerbell. If you can think of a Disney heroine, you can include her in this series. So I'm really excited for the potential of it. We've obviously started with 3 of the biggest princess characters, but there's so much potential for this. So if you're a big Disney fan, hope you go out and support it. And again, these are right now exclusive to Target. You'll be going there anyway, so might as well meander down the doll aisle and just see if your Target is stocking the Disney-style dolls. Again, I think these are great, and you can check them out in person and see for yourself if this is something that you're interested in collecting. You don't have to get all of them, but those numbers on the side definitely make it perk your interest in getting the whole entire set and collecting them going forward, since you don't want to not have a complete set. I do have to also remind you, these were sent to us by Hasbro for free. I paid nothing for these. This is my honest review of the toys, but I didn't go out and buy these. These were sent to us by Hasbro for the sole purpose of us doing a video review, a written review, wherever you're experiencing this content right now. But I do hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you again to Hasbro for sending these to us, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!